Hello, so I'm back here in my apartment in Sweden from my stay in Finland where I went to Block B's concert. And I wanted to do this fan account right away because I have so much emotion in me right now and I want to share it with you guys before I forget. And yeah, I need to do this. Okay, so the venue we went to for the concert, I think there were about 1,500 tickets, so quite an intimate venue. And there were a balcony, but not many on that because most were standing in the pit. And I can tell you that the pit or the venue pretty much exploded when Block B came out. I don't think I've ever been to a concert where there were so much. It was like the entire crowd were just in it so much. They sang, and it was not this meaningless screaming sometimes or everything. It was basically the crowd were singing with Block B, and it was quite fun in the beginning when they came out. They almost seemed shocked and amazed and really happy that the crowd was just so into it. Like everything they did, everyone listened to them and did what they wanted. And I don't think I've ever been to a concert before where it was just so much energy. So I had early admission. I went with a few friends of mine. Some had general, some had early. So we stood in line, so we got in a little bit earlier. It was quite cold in Helsinki though, so my feet kind of froze a bit. But I have the feel back now, yeah. But we were let into the venue, so we stood quite close to the stage, which was awesome, and it was really good ventilation. Like, from what I know, no one passed out during the concert and everything. But once the guys came in, like, I stood in one spot, a good spot. Problem was just when the guys came in, everyone from the back started pushing, so I basically was pushed or flew back like 2 meters. It was like everyone was fighting to stay alive in that pit because it was so intense. And oh my gosh, it was so amazing. I ended up like straight to the middle of the stage. I could see like the middle of the stage, so it was really good spot. It's just everyone was pushing and oh my gosh, so much pushing. But it was so amazing. Like it doesn't even matter that everyone was pushing because it was so intense, the whole feel. It was so amazing to see the guys as well, because they really saw how well received they were, so they got even happier, like seeing their smiles. I personally, since I was like in the middle, I could see straight into the middle of the stage. I don't know if Sicko looked at me like 100 times or he looked at someone in the front. I have no clue, but it was so apparent that he got so happy when people sang along, and which most of the time when they knew the songs and when they were jumping and just, oh my gosh, they seemed so genuinely happy and they were like so taken aback, and oh my gosh, yes. Whew. So on to what actually happened during the concert, because there was a lot. I think the concert went on for like 1.5 hours, I believe. And they played a lot of their hits. They didn't play Nili Mombo, you know the song. They played it like this background music between when they were changing or something, and everyone was singing along, but they never actually performed the song. But they performed so many other songs. I really loved that they performed Tell 'Em and Wanna Be, since those are 2 of my favorite songs. Wanna Be is the reason why I got into Block B in the first place, when the teaser came out for Wanna Be, before the music video for Freeze. They had the teaser and it was for Wanna Be. Yeah, they did that in the beginning. That's when I got into Block B. So yeah, been a BBT from the start, sort of, kind of, yeah. Anyways, so they performed very good rough version as well, and I haven't been all that fond of it, but live, it was so good. Like, and I was quite surprised that I pretty much knew all the songs, like sang all the lyrics to the songs. Yeah, and what I was most surprised about was the fact that I got so emotional, because I have never ever cried at a concert. I've always been like cool, you know, ooh, happy and all that. But when the last song was played and, you know, my friend was just out and about, you know, she was pushed one way, I was pushed another way. So she came back like when it ended and looked at me like, yay! And I was like, ah! And then I started crying. I just started crying on her shoulder, and I don't know, it was just so intense. I don't think I've realized before how much I have loved Block B for such a long time. So when they finally came and when everything was over, I was so happy that I started crying. Like, I wasn't freaking out or anything, it wasn't like hysterical crying, it was just like on my friend's shoulder crying. I was just so incredibly happy. So yeah, it's just, and I actually love the fact that like Kyung and Siko, they looked into the crowd so much, at least my way. And as you know, my ultimate bias changed some time ago. I just haven't said it out loud to B-bomb. During this concert, I started even thinking about, is he my ultimate bias? Because oh my god, it felt like they all were. But yeah, I calmed down, and yes, he is my ultimate bias still. But I was a bit disappointed because he, as soon as like he looked into the crowd and met someone's eyes, he looked away. He like looked into the far east a lot of times and up into the ceiling and not at the crowd. But I know that's just him. It's not that easy. I mean, he is obviously a bit of an introvert, and he's so cool. Oh my god, he's like the coolest person ever. Yes, I'm B-bomb biased, okay. But I've always found him so cool. It's like, but it was quite obvious, like, was this part when some of the girls that had invited a lot to make, like, some makes, you know, to be able to bring them to Helsinki, they got called up on stage, and they all got, like, a member behind them, and sing to them and talk to them, and some of the girls freaked out quite a lot, and some were calmer, and yeah, it was just amazing. And one of the girls wanted to hug everyone, and you could see when she reached B-bomb, like, he hugged her, but like, you know, not everyone is all that fond of hugs and kisses. Okay, Block B reference. So like, I don't think it wasn't anything personal. It's just, I know some people are more introverts and not shy in that sense, but they're not that. So I could understand it. And as well as Yukwon, he didn't want to hug. I just wanted to shake hands, which I understand completely, because he has a girlfriend. He wants to be respectful for her, which is really, really admirable, and I really respect that. So it's just, some of them, like Kyung was like, whoa! They're like loving the attention, and the fact that one of the girls said it was her bias, and yeah. It was amazing, nonetheless. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, there were like, one part where Pio was supposed to spell out his name with his butt, and he was enjoying it so much. Yeah, he took extra long time to do that. And one where Kyung and Siko did a sexy dance together at each other. That was quite special as well. And one where Dale was supposed to kiss B-bomb on the cheek, and B-bomb turned, so he almost kissed him on the lips. All of them found that really funny. I don't know if Dale found that really funny, but everyone else. Or he finally kissed him on the cheek. It was really funny. They really, really gave themselves to the audience 100%. I still can't get out of my mind the fact that Sicko was just like, when you were singing along, you could see his smile like broad, and he was like, he just lit up completely. Wow, so amazing. So yeah, it was just. Before this experience, I was a bit scared that Block B would like take SSS51's place and become like top 2. After this, I've started to think if I ever saw SSS51 on stage together, or like Tom Helsinki and JYJ stage together, would I react the same way as I did with Block B? Because I've never cried in concert before. And to be honest, I don't think I would. Which actually means that my Block B feelings, my BBC feelings, are so strong that they might actually be my number 1. And it just messes with my mind completely. I just didn't. I'm always the last one to realize stuff about myself like this. It's crazy, really. Like, I remember when one person said, "Oh, you're BBC," and I'm like, "I am?" And then I asked a friend of mine, and she was like, "Yeah, I always thought you were BBC." I'm like, "I'm a BBC." And then I realized I've been a BBC from the start. I just didn't realize it. Like, this was way back when, several years ago. And I remember when, you know, the whole thing with starting a new company, the old company, and, you know, things getting a bit rough. And I was so scared that they wouldn't come back. That when they came back, I had like the biggest reaction ever. And I was so happy. But this was just that they finally stood there right in front of us. I've been to so many concerts, but I've never ever reacted this way. I actually started crying out of happiness, and it wasn't hysterical crying. I was just so happy that they came. And then, funny thing, I didn't buy meet and greet tickets because, well, in short, they just said there would be a fest signing. So I was like, okay. But then it turned out after the VIP meet and greet tickets were sold, there would actually be a photo with them as well. So there would be much more. And to be honest, now when I was there and thinking back at it, even with the fast signing, I would have paid for it. I was just so stupid. Oh, Block B reference. To not get it. And the funny thing was, like, all my friends got to meet them. And some of my friends were like lost in the meet and greet, and they got to say some cool stuff at them. Like, come to Sweden, we have meatballs. And you have, one of my friends told Sicko I had a nice nose. I like your nose, she said. So cool. So yeah, I regret it so much. It's like, why didn't I realize that I actually love Block B this much? And I don't know, it's just, but at the same time, I stood quite far up in the early admission. To be honest, the reason why I didn't get a meet and greet was because I didn't know if I could like keep my calm and be cool in front of B-Bomb, because like that's a big thing for me. I need to be calm and cool in front of B-Bomb because I think he's like the coolest person ever. Like, why does that matter? But apparently it mattered to me. But then it was like, that shouldn't have mattered. I should have gotten a meet and greet ticket anyways. I don't know my logic sometimes. It wasn't like, I don't get it. I don't understand. The funny part was like, I got so dry that, like, you know, my teeth stuck to my lips. So I had to lick my lips and my teeth like 100 times, and then my lips got so dry. It was like, I felt like they were falling off. And they had to have wondered if they saw me, like, why is that girl licking her lips all the time? Like, my mouth was so dry. Oh, and that Yukon at one point, he started throwing water into the crowd. And then the other ones did too. It was like raining water on us, and I had to take my glasses off and, dry them off with my, because it was all prickly from the water. Couldn't see. And I think I should say that my music taste, I think they did a really good job. With no problems. I mean, you can't really expect people not to push in the pit. I do feel a bit bad for short people though, because I'm quite tall, so I have no problem. But when you're really short and you're standing in the middle of the pit, you can hardly see anything. So when you're really short, you really should stand at the back or in the immediate front, because otherwise it's really hard for you to see. So it did feel a bit bad. Plus, if you're that short, it's when people are pushing, like, you don't get the air that tall people, like, we have an easier, but then again, it was really good ventilation, so no one passed out or anything. It was really, really good. To be honest, thinking back at all the pushing and everything, it didn't matter at all. We like jumped so high. I think I accidentally stepped on someone's foot. I'm really, really sorry if I stepped on anyone's foot. If you're seeing this, I'm really sorry. I don't know if I did, but I'm really sorry if I did. But it was so crowded that you couldn't move without, whatever. And one good thing was we got like free light sticks, and you could put them as bracelets, which was so good, because usually with light sticks you're always afraid that you might hit someone with it or just wave it in someone's face. But with this you could hold up your hand, like wave it, and there would still be glow. So I thought that was really good. You didn't block anyone's vision, but everyone held up their arm, so I want to go back. I want to get a meet and greet and go back in time. But I don't know, it's just so emotional. Just seeing them, when I think back at it, like finally seeing them live, it was like, I've been waiting for so many years, and I'm starting crying again. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm just leaking all over the place. Oh, so sorry. Finally, after all this time, I got to see them live, and it means a lot. It's like, and the fact that they were so happy and they were so well received and everyone was so happy for them. It was just such a connection between the audience and Block B. And sometimes you don't realize how much you like someone, oh my god, until you see them live, and then, whew. Okay. Think about something else. So it was really, really amazing. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, it was one funny thing in the beginning. Siko said something about Finland, and he was like, he said there were beautiful women. And then all of a sudden, I think he was just looking at it in the crowd, oh, there's beautiful women. And then all of a sudden realized, oh, there was guys too. Oh, we need to say something about the guys too. I need to say this. And he was like, and cool guys. I was like, what? Good save, Siko. Good save. So that was quite funny. Oh god. It is so amazing. It's still a lot of feelings left in me. At the same time, I regret not doing the meet and greet so I could meet them in person. At the same time, I'm so happy I went. What's wrong with me? I normally don't leak like this, okay? So, I do realize that not everyone who went there was BBCs, but still, the crowd was so amazing that oh gosh. And the fact that I knew their songs and sang along to all of them. I apparently knew all the words, even to songs I listened to, I thought. But of course I've listened to them a lot, obviously. I don't know. Rugby obviously means a lot to me. And it's not like I wanna meet them like that, or run into them. It wasn't like that. It was more like their music and the fact that they stayed together and that they've been around and just never gave up. I think that realizing that the BBCs and both Block B and BBCs have been through a lot, and now finally could see them. It was amazing. I'm really just crying because I'm happy, so don't think I'm sad, because I'm really not. I'm just like, it's a cliche to say that it was the best concert of my life, because I feel like you say that a lot, but I really don't know what could top this. Oh, I really don't. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Grown woman. Oh. I'm just happy. Okay, is there anything else I need to say? It was amazing, and I hope they come back. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye.